Hi, I'm Lisanne Miller with W, Cushing and Company, and this is February's 2025 Third Thursday with Lisanne in conjunction with Rug Hooking Magazine. And it is a pleasure to work with Rug Hooking Magazine. I hope that you have your latest issue. Such an adorable cover. I just love it. This is the Rescue Me article. There's great punched French press cozies. Love them. They're colorful. They're fun. Plus, John Leonard did a great stash-busting oriental and carefully documented it for you. Lots of good reading for this cold winter. Make sure it's in your library. Okay, so today we're going to do everything but the kitchen sink, and maybe even the kitchen sink and dyeing. This is really great if you're a dyer who's dyed a lot, or if you're new to dyeing. You're not going to get the same effect ever again based on how we're doing it. These will all be one of a kind, unique to your rug, which makes a great background. These will make great backgrounds, great accents. And once they're all dried, I will post on the Rug Hooking Magazine Facebook page, as I always do. So let's talk about what we're going to do today. What I have here is this, which looks like coffee grinds, is not coffee grinds. This is the kosher salt that cleaned our dye spoons in the Cushing dye kitchen for an entire year. This is dyes that were left over that we have not used. Now, I get a lot of questions about this. They're in glass containers with good sealed lids, and we use them within a month. I like to use them within a month. They'll keep up to 4 or 5 months, but they will not keep for years this way. The color would not be the same. But we're not going for the same color as we're using these in a one-of-a-kind batch. We are going to set everything with white vinegar. Our dyes, Cushing dyes, set the best with white vinegar. Citric does set it, but our dyes really set better. So we're going to start here. And this is the 1 teaspoon measure, and I am going to put 2, 3, and I'm doing kind of heaping 4 teaspoons. I'm doing 4 teaspoons because I want this to be a background and I want it dark. Then I'm going to go here and I'm going to put 3 teaspoons. Okay, well, actually, I'm going to do 4 in here, too, because I want a lot of the same background. And then I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to do a little bit lighter with 3. And if you notice, as I'm coming up, I'm using the glass to even it out. That's a good way to do the measure, and if you don't want a heaping. This is our boiling water from the tea kettle. And I'm going to mix the first batch, and that's going to give you pretty much what the color is going to look like. Okay, and then I'm going to do it in here. Now, what I'm going to put in my pot is leftover nibs and nabs from the entire Cushing shelves. And you should fill these up to the 4, these are 4 cups. So I have 5 in here, 5 teaspoons into 4 cups. It will dissolve very quickly. And it looks like I've got a chocolate brown. So now I'm going to pour this, and we're going to come over here because I've preset this pan. This is a big, nice enamel pan, and you use it for things like this. I love this pan. It holds a lot of wool. If you're dyeing backgrounds, it works really well. I have the first layer of nibs and nabs in there, fresh snow on top that I got right outside the dye kitchen door on the porch, and I'm going to pour this. And I'm not pouring it evenly, I'm just pouring it. And it will melt the snow, and that's okay. I'm going to push the snow down. We want the snow to act as a water. So I'm going to do that just like that, and the snow will help it go down in, okay? So that's great. Now I'm going to take one of my colored, I don't know what color it is. We don't put a label on it. They're just used for one of a kind. As you can tell, it was sealed well. And I'm going to pour it. I'm just pouring it right on top. It'll add to it. Okay, so that one is done. And now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to add my next layer. And as you can tell, these are really nibs and nabs. They are not any big pieces. Well, there's some big pieces, but we'll get to them. And we're gonna lay that right in here like this, right on top. You really don't want it folded over too much, but you don't have to be particular. That's what's so lovely about this. You don't have to be particular with it. And they're just gonna keep coming. And I'm gonna put a heavy, heavy layer, okay? I am gonna put a heavy layer of wool, of nibs and nabs in. And notice I'm pushing it down, okay? I have not put vinegar on anything yet. I will do that at the end. And I'm gonna mix the vinegar with the snow so that it goes in and does it nicely. If you're not comfortable doing that, you can put the vinegar in with each layer. And I'll show you how to do that as well. Okay, here we go. There we go. There's a nice layer forming there. And let's put another little thing in here like that. Okay, so now here we go back to our snow pan. And I'm gonna put the snow on top. And it's nice fresh snow, it's fluffy. If you don't have snow, you can use ice cubes for this method. I like to use ice cubes as well, but since a lot of you have so much snow, this is a good way to do it. I've put that in. Woo, snow is cold with your hands. There you go. Okay, so now I'm going to take my next one, which I have about 3½ cups with boiling water, and this was again the 5 teaspoons of measure. And it doesn't have to be accurate because they're one of a kind. And as you can tell, it's going to take the snow down and aid with the water, which is why you don't need to fill it all the way. We're going to do this and let it slowly melt. Now I'm going to add another color in there. Let's see what we're going to do. We'll pick this one this time, I guess. All right, here we go. And it's just a darker or a golden brown. Look at that. On top. And if you are concerned about it setting and you don't want to wait to the end, what you can do, and we're not going to dilute it, okay? We're going to take the white vinegar, approximately, about 1/4 cup, and you can pour it right in, and it will help with the setting process at each layer. There we go. We're getting some nice colors in there. You can see that already. And I'm going to push this down just to make sure. And as I push everything down, it pushes the color down to all the layers. And we're getting a really, really nice layered look into here. Okay, so here we go with the next one. Next one, I'm going to use some bigger pieces, okay? And so this is a bigger piece, and it's got sparkle in it. That's nice. So I'm going to do that as one layer. This is a little bit bigger piece. This is probably shy of a 1/2 yard, and I'm going to put that in there. But since we're doing layering, I'm going to do all the little pieces on top. And as you can tell, the colors are starting to come through, which is what you want, because you want all these colors to blend if you're going to use them together. And maybe you won't. But I'll tell you one thing, this is a good way to clean out your dye kitchen and to get your dye kitchen all in order. There we go. Here's one more layer in here. It's another larger piece, just like that. These can be textured, they can be dyed, they can be anything. I'm going to push them down. And I'm going to get another heaping thing of snow. And I'm going to put it on top. Just like that. Just like that. And just like that. There we go. Okay. All right. Move it around a little bit. Make it a little bit even. There you are. You don't need thick layers. That's the beauty of this. You do not need thick layers. So now I'm pouring this one in, just like that. Okay. And I'm going to take another magic jar. Boy, the lids went on tight with these. All right. Now this one appears to be a green, a very dark green. And so there's that one that went in. And what we're going to do on top is we're going to cut it with a little purple. Look at that. With a little bright purple. Looks like a Halloween sky, huh? So there we are. We're going to push it down again. And I'm just using my spoon to do that with. And there we go. Just like that. Now, I could put more salt in. I could dissolve more salt at this point. But the first thing I'm going to do is see how many more layers I can get in, which I will. So I'm laying it right on top. Now, if you want, I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to put 1/4 of the vinegar and put it on top. But I am going to do a bigger one just in case. You can do each layer or you can do it at the end. It's whatever you feel most comfortable with. There we go. That one is in. And then we're going to pull from here. And I think we may have one, this may be our last layer. And that doesn't mean we won't do 2 or 3 more pans of this because we have plenty of snow. So snow's not at a shortage here. We've got over 12 inches on the ground with more coming tomorrow. And we've got plenty more of the salt. And then we're just going to put that on top. And one more piece. And I think this will be it because you don't want to do too much of it. You don't want to go all the way to the top, but close enough. And that's a lot. Now, if you don't have this big a pan, you can use a smaller pan, anything you would like. So here we go. Again with the snow. Come on. There we go. Again, you can use ice cubes if you so choose, or an icicle as just came out. That will work as well. And it doesn't matter for this process if the snow is wet or dry. It will work with either type of snow. So that's a good thing. So any snow that you have out your door will work. So there's my last layer, okay? And then, since I did not mix any more in the salt, I'm going to take my leftover jars, which we love to use those up too. And I'm going to pour it on top. And this is a dark green that's going to go all the way through. Look at that. Looks like a snow cone, doesn't it? There's the dark green all the way through. And then, I think this is a yellow green. Yep, this is an olive green. And I'm going to put the olive green in all the way through. So there's my big pot. I am going to put the vinegar in a minute. I'm going to do my normal smashing down just to see. Now you may get some blank pieces or some white pieces if you haven't pushed this down, but that's not a problem. It really is not. What I like to do now is I want to see if I go down here what I get. Well, I get almost a similar color to what I started with down at the bottom layer, which is kind of interesting. And there's our snow still on the top, okay? And we have one more step. And the snow, what does the snow do? The snow allows it to absorb in different ways and slowly. It acts like a spot dye, which is really kind of cool. I really like to do it this way. And you can see, if I pull this piece up, look at the modeling in there. That's really a unique modeling and really fun to hook with. So now, we have this right here. I'm going to put in a 1/2 cup of vinegar. I'm not diluting it. There's enough water in here. And I'm going around the edge and down the middle so that it will go down in. And then I'm not going to do too much more. This is kind of, if you stir the pot too much, it will become solid. And we really don't want it to be solid. Now, at this point, a lot of you may ask, should I put aluminum foil over it? Should I cap it with its lid? You don't have to. You can just, I like to just let it go like this because it does make it easier to see when the water is clear. So I'm going to put this on one burner. I'm going to light the burner. And I'm going to put it on medium high. I have it on medium high because it's got to heat everything. If you want, you can put a lid on it. If you want, you can put foil over it. That kind of steams it. But I really like it just to do its job naturally and not worry too much about it. And just to make sure, I am going to add a little bit more on the top. Why not? Huh? And let it soak all the way down in. There we go. And like I said, this is really for one-of-a-kinds, not repeatable. Clean out your dye shelves, clean out, get your good get your good kosher salt in, and a clean salt for the new year. And now you're going to have a background. So I think this will probably cook for about 25 to 30 minutes. I like to leave it on for a decent amount of time. It definitely will not burn. There's enough liquid in there. So 25, 30 minutes, set your timer. 20 minutes is a little too slow, a little too low on the time. So 25, 30 minutes, and then have another, don't hurt your back, don't hurt your hips. Don't pick this up. This is very heavy. So then you're going to take your piece out at a time. Have a pot next to it, take so much out, rinse it off, put it in the dryer. Don't do this all at once. Don't kill yourself. I tend now to keep the pots like this so that I'm not lifting a heavy load. Save your back. So I hope that you will do some wonderful everything but the kitchen sink dyeing, and that you'll post it on Rug Cooking Magazine's page or send me images so I can post them and have some fun. It's winter, it's time to be inside, so you might as well create something wonderful and unique. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in March. Bye for now.